Oh, hello. You caught me daydreaming. I have to tell you that I am COVID vaccinated and it's almost summertime, which means I'm thinking about taking a road trip. But where to go? What to do? It's been so long since I've traveled, I don't even remember where to start. I know. I'll go back to my trusty friend, OneNote. That's where all my travel information is stored. And today, I want to show you 5 pages that will help you plan an awesome trip. Are you with me? Well, enough of this craziness. I always like to just have a good time. Be a little silly. Why not? Might as well be young at heart, right? Oh, one last sip of my fruity drink. Cranberry, mango juice. So yummy. But let's get down to business. Today, I want to talk to you about 5 pages that I have created in OneNote that helps me plan any trip. So let's get started and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Over here in my personal notebook, I just have a travel section for short trips or planning ideas. If I'm doing a longer trip, I have a travel notebook that I will actually make a section for a trip that we've actually taken in. But right here, this page is a planning page. I like to call it a trip planner or a vision board. You see here that in 2020, we were thinking that we would plan a getaway husband-wife trip to Bermuda. Well, it never happened. But I'm not getting rid of the information because maybe one day it'll happen. Anyway, let me walk you through this and maybe you'll get some ideas for how to create your own trip vision board. So here up in the top right-hand corner, we have Bermuda 2020 Travel Planner. And there's a summary where quick and easy notes just to see the basic information that's going on. We went ahead and scouted out the weather for the end of January and February in Bermuda and put that potential weather there. And then we also went over and started looking at some flight information. Down here you can see that we started researching hotels to stay at, and I love this feature where they have the little map with all the various hotels listed in it, and you can scroll up and down to see the hotels that are available. And over here we have a things to do in Bermuda. Now you'll notice one of the cool things about OneNote is you can add these links, embedded links in there. So if you would like to know where this information came from, this is the link to get back to that page so that you can get further information. Here's a list of things that you can do in Bermuda to give you an idea of what kinds of things are there. And look at that beach. That's Horseshoe Beach in Bermuda. It is gorgeous. And snorkeling is always fun. We love snorkeling. So I put those pictures there for motivation for myself. So this is kind of a vision board, an overall idea if you wanted to plan a trip to Bermuda. If you see something and you get sparked an idea about a trip that you might want to take in the future, why not go ahead and start a vision board and start collecting those ideas and that information and put them down. And then when you have an opportunity to go to Bermuda, once travel restrictions are lifted, or once you've saved the money that you want, or once it's that special 35th wedding anniversary, then you can have all the information there for you and you're ready to go. So that's page number 1, a planner or vision board for your trip. Page number 2 is reservation confirmations. Now you can tell by the date on this reservation confirmation, 2014, that I have used OneNote to keep track of my travel things for many years now. This reservation was for a hotel. When that email comes in and says that your reservation is there, go ahead and drop it into OneNote under your travel information for that particular trip that you might be taking, and you have all the information that you need there. So, page number 2, reservations, is very helpful. I've used it for hotel reservations. I've used it for car reservations for rental cars. We've used it for trip tickets, like for if you're taking a train somewhere once you arrive in a particular country. We've done that before. I've stored theater tickets in there for something that we were going to do on a trip. I just put them all together, page after page after page, so that I have them with me as soon as I'm on the trip and ready to go. So page number 2, reservation confirmations, is a great way to keep track of all those important details. The third page that I want to talk about today is a trip calendar. Now, what we normally do is we sit down as a family and we try to think about all of the things that we want to do when we are on a particular trip. We always try to schedule something during the day for each person in the family so that everybody has something to look forward to. This particular page that you see here is we were going to go to the beach at Thanksgiving week. So we made a list of things that we wanted to do and the days that it must be done. When you go to the beach in the wintertime, not everything is open all of the time. So some things, like those delicious Thrasher's boardwalk fries, are only available on the weekend. So that's important to everybody. It's at the top of the list, and we do have weekends only. Winterfest of Lights is something that we like to do there, and they are only open Wednesday through Sunday. At least they were the last time we were there a couple of years ago. Of course, Thanksgiving dinner has to be on Thursday of Thanksgiving. There's also a turkey trot that we do, which is a 5K run that morning, and it is Thursday morning at 9, so I note that there so that I know exactly what's coming up. Then we have more flexible things like shopping on cold or rainy days, mini golf. There's an indoor mini golf there, so we can do it if it's cold or rainy outside, or if it's a nice day, we can do outdoor mini golf. It's just something we enjoy doing as a family and have for many, many years, so if we can squeeze it in, we'll try. Once we have a list of everything that we want to do, then what I typically do is go ahead and lay out the days that we're going to be there. Day 1, what the day of the week is, the date of that day. And when we get close to that time, I'll go ahead and look ahead at the 10-day forecast and plug in the weather and help me make some of my plans that way. Then I have a list of the activities that we might do that particular day. So the first day of the trip is the travel day. Sunday is a boardwalk day because we got to get those French fries on the weekend. Bike riding and maybe a beach walk just to get ourselves established that we're at the beach. And then you see various other activities. We might go biking at Assateague. We might check out the town of Berlin. Thanksgiving dinner, of course, has to be on Thursday. Friday is our checkout day, and we travel home. This time we might want to stop in Annapolis because there's some things there that I've been wanting to check out. Now that I know what the weather's going to be, and I know what activities we probably will be doing on that day, it's time to start thinking about what I'm going to wear on those days and what I'm going to need. So you see here that I have things that I might need to wear during the day. Because it's wintertime at the beach, most days are going to be jeans, a long sleeve shirt, a sweater, a jacket, and some wool socks. But there are some times when I'll need different clothing as well. For example, there are some evenings, the evening that we go do the outside Winterfest, walk through the lights, I'm going to make sure that I need my long johns and my gloves and my buff to cover my face. I have asthma, and breathing in cold air is not a good thing for me. So I always wear a buff or a mask when I am out doing things like that in the cold weather. Then, of course, on Thursday for Thanksgiving in the evening to go to Thanksgiving dinner, I think this year I shall wear a nice flowy dress and a pair of boots, since it's been a long time since I've been able to have some reason to put a nice flowy dress on. So I want to mark that down too so I can remember to take that. Then for workout clothes, I've got my bathing suit listed because where we're staying has a pool, so I want to hit the pool a couple days. And for those bike riding days, I want to make sure that I have my sweats that are comfy to wear, a hoodie, long johns, hat, buff, gloves, and tennis shoes, of course, for bike riding. So, page number 3, the trip calendar, really helps me establish what I need to take with me. Then it's time to write all this stuff down. Which brings me to page number 4, the packing list, the very important packing list. Now, many years ago, I created a master packing list for my family, and I kept it in OneNote. And depending on where we were going, I would make a copy of that packing list, and then I would modify it for where we were going. So for example, if we were going to visit my sister at Christmas, I would include things like Christmas presents and stocking stuffers, those kinds of things. If we were flying somewhere, of course, I would take out the whole section of things that I need for in the car, because if you're on a plane, you're not in the car. So I can really customize the packing list as I need to for each individual trip. But let's take a look at this packing list and see the kinds of things that are on here. At the very top, I have important documents and necessities. These might include anything for transportation, tickets, in this case, Easy Pass, which is one of the toll things that we use here on the East Coast for going through toll booths. Of course, you got to have your driver's license with you, your medical cards in case of emergency, and I just added the vaccination card because I don't know if I'm going anywhere that's going to require that they see that I've been vaccinated. I'm going to take a picture of that and keep it on my phone so that I have that with me at all times. And then I need the mailbox key so that I can get the key to the unit that we're staying in. Over here, I have a section for in the car. It's a couple hour drive, so you want to take snacks and a water bottle for the car. And it's also a good time for me to get some knitting done, or adding a binding to quilting, or something, some project that I can work on that doesn't take up too much time, but would be fun to do and relaxing in the evenings while we're there. And of course, our family always listens to audiobooks in the car, so I want to make sure I have at least one, sometimes two, audiobooks loaded for a trip. Personal items and hygiene. Of course, I still have to have my feminine hygiene products, my monitor and test kit, my glasses and my sunglasses, and our toiletries bag. Now, I don't have listed all of the things that are in my toiletries bag, shampoo, conditioner, deodorant, those kinds of things, because we as a family keep a toiletries bag packed and ready to go at all times. When we come home from a trip, we refill all of those items, store it back in the closet with the suitcases, and then we're always ready to go. Never know when a spontaneous trip might come up. Gotta be ready, right? Then I also have things for beach or camping or outdoors. So in this case, a beach towel to sit on the beach with, sunglasses, a water bottle for bike riding and hikes, tennis racket and balls. My husband loves to play tennis. We always love to take our bikes, our helmets, and our riding gloves. Over here at clothing and accessories, you see I have all the different types of clothing that I need to take with me. There's my raincoat in case it rains, my boots. I think based on my calendar, I'm going to need at least 3 long sleeve shirts. I do know there is a washer and dryer in the unit that we're staying at, so I don't want to overpack, but I want to make sure that I have enough with me for the week. Now, the one thing that I don't have on here is my long flowy dress. So let's go down here to the bottom and we will add long flowy dress. There we go. Now, the great thing about this packing list, as you saw when I just added my dress, is I have this set up as a tag. These are to-do tags. So as I'm packing, I can just bring this up on my iPad. And when I put the dress in the suitcase, I can just click it and it checks it off. And then I know what I have packed and what I still need to get. I love, love, love these to-do check boxes. I use them everywhere. Over here Miscellaneous food, snacks, the kitchen tub. The kitchen tub is just a Sterlite tub that's about this big, bigger than a shoebox, but it has all of our cooking essentials in it. It has a roll of saran wrap and aluminum foil, some olive oil for cooking, a cutting board and a knife, salt and pepper, basic spices, those kinds of things. Most importantly, coffee and coffee filters. We are coffee drinkers, so we have to have our coffee. I also like to take a small cooler, one of those little collapsible ones that folds up so that if we go somewhere on a long bike ride, we can take a lunch with us or some snacks with us. That's always good. Oatmeal mix. I have oatmeal every morning, and I use the whole oats. So for me, it's just easier to make little packets with the oatmeal and the pecans and all of that in there, and then it's just very easy to use. I also take any food that will spoil if we left it here. Fisher's popcorn tubs have to go so that they can be refilled. I also do Fisher's popcorn as gifts for people, so I have to remember that. Medication, allergy pills, prescriptions, and then of course our technology gadgets: camera, charger, cell phone, charger, tablet, charger, laptop, charger. We end up with a whole plastic tub of gadgets and chargers that we take with us. You know what I need to add to this too? We always take with us a surge suppressor. So I'm going to add a surge suppressor on here because we set up a charging station once we get somewhere. Plug the surge suppressor into the wall, and then we have all of the strips there, and we can plug all of the gadgets in, and it keeps everything in one place. We're less likely to lose a charger being plugged into some random place in a unit or a hotel room if everything's plugged into the surge suppressor. So that's a good tip. The most important part of this packing list happens to be right here. These are things that I have to do before I leave the house. I got to stop the mail. I got to notify the cat sitter that we're on the road and she's on duty. I have to clean up after the cats because it's like they know that we're leaving, so they dig all their toys out, make sure that their food and water is topped off. I empty the coffee pot because I don't want to come home to a moldy coffee pot. I also take the compost bucket out and clean it out because, again, I don't want to come home to a mess. Then I lock up the extra car that's here and the house and set the alarms, and we are off. So, page number 4, packing list, very important. I can modify it. I can change it. It's very easy to do in OneNote. Have I mentioned how much I love OneNote? I think so, maybe once or twice. Now, the 5th page that I want to talk to you about today is memory keeping. This page is an example from October 23rd, 2020, when my daughter went away to graduate school. This was something that was planned way before the pandemic and all of that stuff started. And so the schedule of the school is a little different than we have here in the States. So we started a travel journal, memory keeping kind of thing, and I just want to show you this one page. These are photos that she took while she was out walking around the town. Just a great way to have a simple page, a simple notebook that you set up. You dump some pictures in there. Maybe you want to come over here and you just want to make a bullet list of things that you've done for that day. So you click and you say, the first thing that we did was we had breakfast at the hotel, and the second thing that we did was walk through town, and the third thing that we did was stopped by the theater, and the fourth thing that we did was lunch at the cat cafe, and then the fifth thing that we did was check in with the library. So these might be things that she did as she's getting there and getting settled for school. You can, remember, change the size of your containers simply by making them skinnier or wider. So you can add these journaling kinds of things to any page that you want. Drop a few pictures in there. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be perfect. This just helps you remember what you were doing while you were there. And then maybe that evening, you're tired and you want to sit around and play with the page and make it pretty, add some stickers, add more details. That's great. Or maybe you want to do that when you get home. Or maybe you want to do that on the long flight home. It doesn't matter. You have everything at your disposal right here in OneNote. So page number 5, memory keeping. What a wonderful addition to your travel journal. Well, that's it. Those are the 5 pages that I have for you today. I hope that you found something that was interesting to you. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. A like really is the best compliment that you can give me, and I appreciate every one. And I also appreciate you putting up with my silliness and my goofiness, but that's just who I am. When you show up to class, you never know what you're going to find. Anyway, if you'd like to learn more about what we do here at A Crystal Clear Life, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You can ring that notifications bell if you'd like to be notified when I upload a new video, which is about once a week. We focus here at A Crystal Clear Life on planning, organizing, and trying to live a more simplified life. And OneNote is one of the ways that we do that. And have I mentioned how much I like OneNote? Maybe once or twice. Anyway, thanks, and I hope that one of these 5 pages in a travel journal will be something that you're interested in giving a try. Okay, until next time, bye.